Hi, my name is Shayna Finkelstein. I'm the staff attorney over at Coast to Coast Legal Aid of South Florida in the Family Law Unit, specializing in victims of crime and seniors. And I'm here today with Geraldine DiBianchi, who is our attorney in charge of the Mobile Justice Squad as part of the Senior Law Unit, providing legal services to seniors in our community that may be homebound and may need the assistance of a mobile unit in order to fill out some of their legal documents and be provided with legal services. Today, she's going to let us all know about all of these services that she offers around the community in a way that we honestly could not get a lot of our work done without her. So please welcome Ms. DiBianchi here today. And I can't wait to hear you tell everybody about all the great work that you do in the community.
Thank you so much for having me, Shane. I really appreciate it. Mobile Justice Squad is not just a mission for us in the Senior Law Unit, but it's a passion. And I am honored to be the attorney who gets to get out in the community to avail seniors who normally would not be able to access services such as those that we provide to them. So the basics of Mobile Justice Squad is that we are, again, in the Senior Law Unit of Coast to Coast Legal Aid, and we provide free civil legal services to seniors 60 and older in Broward County who are either homebound or face challenges with transportation. So if you fall within one of the categories of law in which we cover in the Senior Law Unit, which I will get to, and you're either homebound or you have a problem getting transportation, then we will bring the law office to you. And that's what the Mobile Justice Squad is. It's a fully equipped law office on wheels. So I will schedule an appointment with them and head out there in the van itself. Like I said, fully equipped, meaning electricity, hotspots. So we have everything we need from soup to nuts to service a case and to handle our clients' needs right there on the spot. If I go out and a copy needs to be made, something needs to be scanned, something needs to be faxed, or if they need some things filed immediately with court, we could right then and there, instead of taking the document that needs to be signed, getting it back to the office, making the copy, bringing it to the client for them to mail or take to the courthouse, one-stop shopping. And not only does it save time, but it allows for, forgive me, it allows for our clients to feel as though they are equally as worthy to law and the practice of law and anything that services that they would not necessarily be able to get because of the simple fact that they are either disabled, homebound, or can't get on that city bus to get to us. So really, that's how it's become our passion, and mine in particular, to get to them. And the reactions I get are from complete shock when I tell them on the phone when they say, well, I have this, whatever the legal need may be, but I can't get to you. And I'll say, I come to you, and they're, really? You could come to me? Because really, how many professionals, and there's nothing that is not common about that. Professionals, you go to their office. That's just how it is. So for us to provide this very unique service is that very unique, and it's a surprise, and it is a welcome one to our seniors.
Access to justice. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go right ahead. Go right
I was going to
ahead.
say access to justice for the underserved population is definitely what legal aid is all about. And so that's why, as unique as your position is, it almost seems like how could we have existed without this before? Because it's so crucial to such a big part of our population.
It's funny you should say that, because I don't know how we functioned without it before, because it just seems like a natural part of how Coast to Coast really manages our clients that have this challenge of accessing legal service. And like you said, that's what legal services are all about, right? To bridge the distance, to bridge the gap between those who are unable to access legal services. So I feel like we've accomplished that mission. We've stated it over and over on paper. We've conveyed it in our practice, and I'm really proud to be one of the, members of this team. I have to give credit to Katiana Mazard. She is the director of our unit, and she's one of the masterminds behind this whole project. So she kind of conceptualized this long before I was even asked to be the Mobile Justice Squad attorney. So I always have to give her credit. And of course, Lisa Goldberg, our executive director, who, my biggest cheerleader and greatest supporter. She's always, when I'm walking out the door, she's always giving me a nice, send off and a pat on the back and letting me know that she appreciates the work that we do. So I'm really happy about that. We launched Mobile Justice Squad on July 1st, 2020 at the heart of the pandemic. And if anybody is, paying attention, which I know they are, of course, we knew that senior citizens were the most vulnerable population during that time. So we really had to pivot what we were doing. And that even meant the physicality of the van itself, because the door that opened was a wide open side of the van for them to be with the desk to the Mobile Justice Squad attorney. So that had to be plexiglass from side to side and top to bottom. And knock on wood, we have been able to protect our seniors and the attorney as well during the height of this whole COVID pandemic. And we did not have to limit the access to justice during the pandemic because we were able to go to them. They couldn't get to us. We needed to get these services to them. There were still lawsuits. There were still foreclosures. Foreclosures and evictions. There may have been a moratorium, but there was still paperwork to deal with. There was still a lot of things that needed to be done from the legal standpoint that our seniors may and could not manage on their own. And this was a real great tool for us to get out there to sign the documentation needed. So it really assisted during, a crucial time and continues forward. Go ahead, Sheena.
I agree. I think obviously the timing worked out perfectly. It was a need that we didn't even know how much we were going to need it until we really needed it. And it's great you were there. How do seniors, which seniors would you be able to assist? What types of legal services and how do they go about applying to receive your services? So
the senior law unit handles certain areas of the law, housing, which falls into the foreclosure area, or not foreclosure, I'm sorry, evictions, housing, consumer, which is where you have our foreclosures and our scams and garnishments and that type of thing. We do public benefits, Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, food stamps. We assist seniors in applying for these benefits, maintaining these benefits, and redressing any kind of issues that may come up as a result of them already having them. So we do assist them with that. Immigration, only when it comes to applying for public benefits. Other than that, we don't. And we also have where we represent grandparents and any grandparents of minors who have minors in their home, and any caretakers 18 or older who are DOEA certified. So anybody that is a senior 60 or older, homebound, transportation challenged, and needs access to any of the areas that the senior law unit it handles in our division, then of course they would be with the Mobile Justice Squad attorney, and that would be me. So I have to tell you that it is a very cohesive unit, the senior law unit. It's very hands-on, and because I handle each area of the law that in and of itself has the lead attorney on it, those lead attorneys are extremely helpful to me when it comes to availing me of their expertise when I need it for different areas, so that we make sure that everything gets done. It's very collaborative.
It takes a village, right? With everything.
It does take a village. And again, when any of our other advocates, and I talk attorneys, I mean advocates and administrative staff, We all work together in the unit very well. And it's a team effort to keep the wheels of justice rolling with the Mobile Justice Squad. It really is. And I have to give a shout out to my supervising attorney too, Sarah Barker, because she's always there to lend a very good eye to any legal issues that come up as well. So
Great.
you must forgive me because I know we're live, but I did turn that off. Still coming through. Forgive me.
It happens.
Yes.
It happens.
Yeah.
And now, do you have any type of recurring meetings or events or anything where around town that people could come see you to get some services? Or why don't you tell us a little about that?
Absolutely. So as you know, with our organization overall, with Coast to Coast Legal Aid, outreach is one of our key components so that we could be out in the community to make sure that people out there that need our services know that we're available to them and what we do. So for me, one of my goals as Mobile Justice Squad attorney is to compile as many outreaches as possible, whether it's in ALFs, senior citizen groups, and community centers. These having just begun to open up because COVID had shut them all down. We're just getting back to opening them up. I do have some recurring outreaches on a regular basis, both virtually and in person. I am at Kings Point in Tamarack, open to in their lobby for their residents once a month. And then the same for Winmore in Coconut Creek. Once a month, I'm there for 2 hours. I'm set aside, no privileged private information is at all divulged. Everything is done very privately, and anything that needs to be taken care of in terms of opening a file, that would be done separately and not out in any kind of open environment. So it's a really nice environment for people to come and inquire as to our services, or if they have a specific question, have it answered. And I'm sure what you do as well, Shana, when we can't answer a question because it's not something that we handle, we have a significant group of community partners that we can refer our clients or applicants to. So we don't just say, I don't do that, we don't do that, you're on your own. We like to and do our best to make sure that they don't walk away without a referral, a phone number, and somewhere else to try and get the help that they need. So I have those two in person, and then every other Wednesday, I do Winmore Wednesdays on Zoom, and that's a tea time, 3 o'clock. It's on their YouTube. Even though it's on Zoom, they have a closed caption channel for themselves. And that started during the pandemic because that used to be in person just for their community. And what they did was they brought me on as a legal corner, as a regular standing member of their panel. And it's a really great group. It's very lively. They have, I think, close to 10,000 residents. So we reach a lot of people there. And what I like about these two communities, okay, I think there's about 6,000 at Kings Point, like I said, about 10,000-ish at Winmore. While we are geared toward them, and that's where I have my outreach, they have friends elsewhere. And they have seniors elsewhere that they will refer us to as well. So it's a continuing exponential outreach that I like. Yeah. So anytime we could have the opportunity to do an outreach anywhere, we can. There was a Deerfield Beach Health and Lifestyle Expo a few weeks ago. And I know that one of our advocates there in the Each unit was there. I did stop by for a while. There's always something that that's going on that we do. So yes. And I know, Shana, you're going to join me for a couple.
I am. You'll see us together. We're going to tag team for some of these outreach events. Thank you so much, Ms. DiBianchi, for helping us spread the word about the services that we offer, because while it's important to offer the services, if the people don't know about them, we're not doing as much good as we could be. And so thank you for helping me
You're welcome.
Educate the public about how essential your services are. And we're going to include information in the below that includes where to apply and where our offices are and things of that nature, so that if you believe Ms. DiBianchi's services will be helpful to you, or maybe any other services at our organization, we hope that you don't hesitate to reach out so that we can provide the services and representation that you deserve.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate this opportunity to speak with you today, Shana. I want to point out one more thing that the Mobile Justice Squad is doing in the next couple of days. In the wake of Hurricane Ian, we are part of the disaster umbrella group, which is statewide. And we have collected non-perishables and cleaning supplies to take to our Collier County office, which Legal Aid Services of Broward County and Collier County work together. So as Legal Aid is our sister organization, we are going to load up the mobile justice van and take it across over to the other, to the West Coast to do what we can to assist our neighbors and, you know, co-legal aid personnel in need. So we're on our way to do that too. So wherever we are needed and our services can be, you know, availed to others, we're gonna do our best. You know, I told you there's electricity and Wi-Fi from the van. If we could help them get to some clients on those days when we're there, that's our goal as well. But again, we're here from, you know, one coast of Broward County to the other to assist any seniors 60 and older who are homebound and transportation challenged. Thank you.
You really do it all. Thank you so much.
We try. Thank you.
Thank you. And we will see you hopefully at a Winmore or a Kings Point event in the near future. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome. Thank you.